Okay, and that there's an attorney here that's present to represent you. You understand that?
I don't want no.
It's a yes or no answer,
I
ma'am.
don't want the state of Michigan being paid.
Excuse me.
I have government corruption reported. I have government corruption reported.
What's your name?
I'm just going all of it, that's fine. All right, which one do we have there, Jerry? Is that Ms. Whitmer?
That's correct, Judge.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right, we are going on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Tamara Whitmer. 25674. Detective, your name for the record, please.
Detective Chelsea Haskin.
All right, I'm going to ask you to please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony you're about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Do.
I'm sorry?
I do.
Thank you. And please proceed on the warrant.
On May 14th, 2025 at 2:48 p.m., Wyandotte officers Cox, Barwig, O'Meara, and Perez were dispatched to the area of Fort Street and Eureka Road due to a female sitting in the grass on the side of the road looking out of it. Caller stated the female looked beat up. Upon arrival, Officer Cox spoke with the female, later identified as Tamara Whitmer. Officer Cox observed Whitmer to be highly intoxicated, with extremely slurred speech and an open pint can of MXD margarita sitting beside her. Whitmer was asked about the open alcohol and responded, "Yeah, what are you going to do about it?" Whitmer became disorderly with officers, eventually producing a can of pepper spray from her backpack and pointing it at officers. Whitmer was advised several times to put the pepper spray away. Officers were able to gain control of Whitmer, who sprayed Officer Cox and Barwig on the hands with the back off dog repellent spray. It took several Wyandotte officers to place Whitmer under arrest.
All right. Upon examination, I find the offense charge is committed, probable cause exists to believe defendant committed that offense. And counsel, good morning. Your appearance, please.
Good morning, Judge. Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Ms. Whitmer. Your Honor, at this time, I did have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Whitmer, and she's electing to waive her right to have counsel represent her at this time.
Okay. Well, okay, Ms. Whitmer, please step forward at the podium. All right, Ms. Whitmer, you do understand that you are in court on criminal charges, correct?
Yes.
And that you do have, are here on very serious criminal charges, and that you do have the right to have an attorney represent you at all critical stages of the process. You understand that?
It's exaggeration fraud.
Ma'am?
It's exaggeration fraud.
Excuse me, stop talking. I just asked for a simple yes or no answer. Do you understand that you do have the right to have an attorney represent you at all critical stages of the criminal process?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And that there's an attorney here that's present to represent you. You understand that?
I don't want no.
It's a yes or no answer, ma'am.
I don't want the state of Michigan being paid.
Excuse me.
I have government corruption reported. I have government corruption reported.
Ms. Whitmer, I am directing you to answer my question, yes or no. You
I
understand?
said no, I do not want him.
That wasn't my question. My question was, you understand that there is an attorney that's here to represent you today. Do you understand that?
I do not want him.
It's yes or no. Do you understand there's an attorney to represent you today?
No, because he shouldn't be there. He told no.
Ma'am, I just want you to understand or to indicate whether you understand.
I do understand I don't want that attorney. I do not want him.
Stop interrupting me. I just, for the record, want to hear you say that you do or you do not understand that there is an attorney that is here to represent you.
And I don't want him.
Okay, so you do understand that you do have the availability of an attorney.
And I waived it.
Okay, so the court's going to indicate for the record that Ms. Whitmer does understand that there is an attorney that's here to represent her today, and she is choosing to waive that right to representation. Ma'am, I'm not going to ask you about the charges. I'm asking if you want the court to read the charges or do you want to waive the formal reading of the charges?
You can read the charges.
All right. The court has before it a complaint that alleges on May 14th, 2025, in the area of Fort Street in Eureka, in the city of Wyandotte, that Ms. Whitmer did assault, batter, wound, resist, obstruct, oppose, or endanger Kate Barwig and or Kyle Cox, a police officer in the city with the Wyandotte Police Department, that the defendant knew or had reason to know was performing his duties contrary to MCL 750.81D, paren 1. This is a felony matter. The maximum penalty upon conviction is not more than 2 years in state prison and or $2,000 fine. Consecutive sentence may be imposed under statute if the assault was committed at a place of confinement or under MCL 750.81D6 for another violation arising from the same transaction. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, I do.
All right. For this matter, the court's going to enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court will appoint one to represent you. And you've chosen to waive your right to representation, correct?
Correct.
All right, the court will note the defendant has waived the right to representation for today's proceedings. However, the court is signing an order for appointment of attorney. In the event you choose to have an attorney moving forward, the court has to sign that. So the court is signing that. And you also have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury. You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
All right. The court's going to schedule this matter for probable cause conference on May 29th.
9:45.
At 9:45 a.m. Ma'am, you also have a matter that you failed to appear for back in May of 2024. And so for that matter, we're going to conduct the arraignment on that matter as well. And that's the City of Riverview versus Tamara Whitmer, 24348. And ma'am, you're also waiving your right to an attorney for this matter as well?
Yes.
All right, the court will note that it's alleged that March 31st, 2024, in the area of 17504 4th Street, that you did commit a larceny.
Not guilty.
Ma'am, I'm just informing you of what the charges are and the maximum penalty. Where it's alleged that you took
Not
items,
guilty.
and you took items out of an apartment washer and dryer area. The maximum penalty upon conviction is not more than 93 days jail and or $500 fine. The complaint also alleges on the same date and location that you did behave in a disorderly fashion in public. That's also a 93-day misdemeanor. The maximum penalty upon, that's also a misdemeanor. The maximum penalty upon conviction is not more than 93 days jail and or a $500 fine. And
I'm pleading not guilty.
I understand that, ma'am. I understand that. The court's going to enter a plea of not guilty.
May I speak?
Excuse me, on your behalf, schedule this matter for pre-trial on June 2nd.
Because it's over the 2 weeks.
So May 19th, Monday. May 19th
At 9:45.
at 9:45 a.m. Ma'am, there's a document for attorney waiver that you're going to need to fill out before you are done today. Now, I also understand, let's talk about bonding now. Where do you live?
I'm homeless.
Okay, and how long have you been homeless, ma'am?
Off and on since 2020.
Okay, why is that? Are you unable to work?
I'm harassed over a probate case that is already closed since 23.
What do you mean harassed from a probate case?
Harassed, there's a lot of, schemes going on. My attorney, gave us a different personal rep, and she, verified it wasn't canceled. And then someone behind my back and canceled it. There's a lot of, fraud going on.
Okay, and it's a probate case. Is that because you're a beneficiary of something, or there's a probate case regarding a petition for your treatment?
No. Treatment for what?
I don't know. I don't know if you have medical issues that you need assistance
No,
with.
no, I don't. I don't like being lied to. I don't like liars.
Okay. All right, well, you previously failed to appear in court here, ma'am. Why is that?
What was that?
You previously failed to appear in court here. Why is that?
I either didn't have a phone or lost contact, didn't know the date and time of the court date.
Okay, well, you also have a failure to appear in 2023 from Southgate. You didn't appear
Right, I'm
in
still homeless.
and resisting an officer.
That was a lie too.
Okay, well, yeah, even, let me just say this. If you feel as though it's not accurate, you still need to appear in court.
Okay.
Same with the 33rd District Court. You have another charge of resisting, hinder, obstructing an officer, and you did not appear for a show cause hearing in that matter as well.
Which one is that regarding?
That's from, so that court is in Woodhaven regarding.
Oh, that was already taken care of. That was already taken care of. So was Southgate.
Okay, and
I repleted, I did police harassment already, discrimination. They're just trying to gain money for the state.
okay, well, ma'am, just so you're aware, if you have
I
an
know.
attorney,
But they have that.
Stop interrupting me. Stop interrupting me when I'm talking. Number one, you can't hear what I'm saying. Number two, we're not getting an accurate record. So stop interrupting me when I'm talking. I was telling you, ma'am, that if you choose to have an attorney represent you, there isn't money going to the state for the attorney to represent you. I just want you to be aware of that because you made that comment a number of times.
I would not like an attorney, but thank you.
Are you under the treatment of any medical professional?
No.
Are you currently on probation or parole anywhere, ma'am?
No.
If you were to test, what's in your system?
Just alcohol from the other day, if it's still there. I'm willing to test. I have nothing to hide.
Okay. And do you have any children that you support or otherwise?
I have a son, he's 22, but he's working and whatnot.
Okay, given the fact that Ms. Whitmer, given a number of factors, number one, the danger to the community, the danger to the officers with the pepper spray possession and discharge, that's been alleged, as well as the failure of Ms. Whitmer to appear in court previously in the other matters, the court's going to order a $10,000, 10% bond on the 25674 matter. I'm sorry, Detective, would you like to address bond?
No, Your Honor.
As to the 24348 matter, the court's going to set this for as a $5,000, 10% bond. These are the following bond conditions, ma'am. You are not to possess any firearms or weapons. That includes any weapons that you are not authorized to carry, such as pepper spray or otherwise. Do you have any weapons, ma'am?
No.
You are not to be contacted with Ms.
I have a
Waleed.
pair of scissors, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
I cut my own hair, I do have scissors on me.
Where are those?
Those are in my backpack.
Okay. And so then the court's going to also order you on the other matter not to have any contact with Natalie Waleed to return to the Huntington Apartments from Riverview. Do you know Ms. Waleed?
What was it called?
Do you know Ms. Waleed?
No.
Okay, then there won't be any problem. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed, that's on both matters. And you're not to be released without a GPS tether to the Wayne County Jail. And we will see you back on Monday on the one matter and on the 29th on the following matter. Thank you. Let's go off the record for a moment.